Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and I make videos about art, books, and whatever else I feel like sharing. Today I'm going to be flipping through my 2020 bullet journal, and I have blocked off some things that I didn't want to share on the internet, so if you see sticky notes and paper in here, that is why. So let's just take a look at how bulging this is. I mean, it's a bit worse because I added a bunch of sticky notes to block out things, but this journal has served me well. So some of my stickers are peeling off. We had a casualty recently. My KK slider sticker completely fell off, but alas, this is what I'm left with at the end of the year. So on this very first page, I didn't do anything to it. For 2021, I ended up doing something on these pages because it felt like a little bit of a waste to not do anything. So I'll put that in the iCard so you can watch my 2021 setup. It's much better than this whole book, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just keeping some scraps of washi tape at the front of this book. Hello 2020, very simple. My dot grid cheat sheet looks almost identical to the one I did this year. This was me testing the index sticker that I used this year and just writing down all my pages. And the quote I did last year was, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." This was my future log. Very simple with the black, gray, and white. My 2020 goals. Do we even want to talk about these? I have actually done some of them, but not as many as I was hoping. And then into my books section. So, books belong to their readers. That's a John Green quote. And this is my TBR or trash section that I have talked about. I have not updated this actually. I've read Dash and Lily's Book of Dares now. So yeah, I'll talk about that more in an upcoming video. This has also not been updated, but this is my little bookshelf of books I read this year and a list to go along with it. I made a list for readathons and read-alongs. I was planning to rewatch all the Marvel movies this year. I didn't watch a single one, I don't think. Did I watch the Black Panther this year? I might have watched this one this year. But the quote I had put for this little media section was, "Don't compare somebody's highlight reel to your blooper reel," and I still really like that quote. I kind of wish I just ripped this out and put it into my notebook for 2021. And then here's movies watched. This is definitely not updated either. And shows watched, well, want to watch, started, and finished. These are definitely not updated. And then same thing for games, although I think this is pretty up to date. I didn't finish any games. Blocked off my video ideas so you guys can't get a sneak peek. And here we have the Invest in Yourself page. If you watched my 2021 setup video, you know I spelled invest wrong. So what I'm thinking of doing is just ripping out this page and gluing it into my new notebook. And then this is where I was keeping track of my Pura Vida bracelet sales. This is where I was keeping track of what I was saving for and paying off. This is also not updated whatsoever. And then I have my wish list, gift ideas, which I've blocked off. And then I was selling my duplicate Animal Crossing cards on eBay, so I was making lists to keep track of that. And that brings us to January, which is one of my favorite setups, but I think it was not well executed. I went for a moon and stars theme. And then each month I add a picture. So this was from the ice castles, which was like one of the only trips I was able to take this year. It's interesting looking back at the books I had planned on reading. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear people outside. We have to have the windows open because it is so ridiculously hot in the apartment. We haven't turned our heat on at all, and yet it is still 70 degrees in here. So this was just kind of my January monthly overview, and I really like this kind of a setup. Then for each week, I just kept with the same basic layout here. I did the different moon phases to correspond to the days. I tried to do like a weekly tracker thing, and I must have given up on it. On to February. I think I did like the theme based on this washi tape. Same kind of setup. This is from PAX. This was my moving to-do list and things to buy. And then I'm not going to show you guys the next page because it has some financial stuff on it. But then this is just kind of the same little jar setup that I ended up going with. And then this was a little collage I did because we went to PAX East. This was back in February, beginning of March. It was the last few days of February, the first few days of March, and it was before lockdown. This was the very last trip we took before lockdown, and they were very, very cautious about everything. They wiped down all the escalators. People were already wearing masks, and there was only one case in Boston at that time. So we felt very safe going on this trip, and it was a very good trip as well. So yeah, these are like the coat check things and any little stickers we collected. These are actually temporary tattoos, so I just used the sponge to stick them in my book instead, and then I went over them with a little coat of Mod Podge, and it is the glossy kind, which is why it kind of sticks a little bit to the opposite side of the page. But I added like the little card for one of the games I was looking forward to, and I just like this as a little memories page. And then this as well was also from PAX, but it is all Animal Crossing things, which is what I made my theme for March because of New Horizons coming out. Animal Crossing is one of my absolute favorite games, so yeah, I made this whole spread. And there was an Animal Crossing readathon that month. I did the whole month themed around Animal Crossing, and I went through the different seasons for each week. And I started to write down like what I was doing in the game as well. Okay, and then April was fun. However, I do feel the need to make a statement that I do not support J.K. Rowling's views. Trans rights are human rights, and I feel like I shouldn't even need to say this stuff in the video, but I feel the need to because this is a Harry Potter theme, and at the time it was just because of the magical readathon happening I decided to do this. I'm not even like the biggest Harry Potter fan, but you know, now that everything has happened, I did want to mention that I do not support her views and just make that very clear. This was the page for the magical readathon, which I believe is going to be changed for 2021 to not be Harry Potter themed, which I am looking forward to because it is a fun readathon. Just, you know, circumstances are horrible. And then in May, I did like a plant theme, and this was kind of different for me, but I really liked this kind of monthly overview setup. And that's me in my mask with my pink hair. I loved that pink hair. So this is very similar to the January setup, And then for the last few weeks, I decided to try like a vertical half kind of situation because I knew I wouldn't have as much going on during these weeks, and it worked out fairly well. In June, I have added these stickers to this page since I did this setup. This was one of my favorite setups. I did like a 70s kind of theme, and I based this off of something I think I saw on Pinterest. And I just love how these pages turned out, especially these with the colors and the white over them. I don't know why. Just something about it I really like. In July, I tried to establish a like set morning and night routine. That like failed completely. And July was one of the months where I think I kind of fizzled out with my bullet journaling. You can see I was really good at tracking at the beginning of the month and then completely fell off. In July, I was lucky enough to be able to go visit my parents for a week and our family cat, Salem, and he passed away the next month. So I am so grateful. This is the last picture I have of him from my phone, and it's just so sweet with his little paw on my hand. And I'm just so grateful I was able to go down. We quarantined, and then we stayed there the whole time, and it was very good. It was a good break from being stuck in our apartment because we could go out in their yard and play with the cat. So yeah, I kind of did this origami theme throughout. Well, yeah, I'm very grateful to have been able to see that little cat before he passed away. He was 16 years old. And then this was my page for the reading rush. I messed up this. I know there was a lot of controversy around the reading rush this year, and I definitely think they could have handled things better, but I'm trying not to, you know, fall into the cancel culture. Everybody's just human, you know, and people make mistakes. So on to August. I really loved this cover page that I did, and then I didn't end up coloring in anything else that I had planned to color in. I did sort of a rolling weekly situation, and then I tried like a tiny one page for the whole week situation. And then September was one that I didn't like this setup at all when I did it, but it's kind of grown on me now. And I think it could use some like outlining and pen details, but you know, it's cute. September was great because we got to pick up our kitty, Jasper, and he has brought so much joy to this household. So this was just a mountain kind of thrown together quick theme. And then going into October, I added these designs since I filmed. And for October, I tried to do a lot of black, white, and gold, as well as a little pop of orange. There's Jasper again. So yeah, kind of Halloween themed, but kind of plain. I tried a reading before bed experiment, which I kind of failed at, but I also would like to try again. This was inspired by Ariel Bassett's video from a long time ago doing a similar thing. And I tried to set up all these spreads a little bit differently. This was one of my favorite setups for some reason, and I think it's just the way I did the boxes. And then this became sort of the typical setup that I used for a while, because it was simple to just do the numbers and those lines. For Halloween, I guess I wanted something a little more intricate, but I don't actually like the way these pages turned out. Jasper's super cute though. And then I did a Gilmore Girls theme for November. I haven't printed out a photo for this month yet. I need to do that. I did a gratitude log this month, and I think that was really good for me to do. It made you appreciate the little things. And there was also the Gilmore-thon, readathon, and I only read 2 books, but I did fill in quite a bit of the bingo board. And then the election, kind of kept with the same basic setup here. That was the sticker from my monthly Pura Vida Bracelets order, the monthly club. And then Tis the Season-a-thon took place the last, I believe the last few days of November into December, the first week of December, and I only read 1 book for that, but I had started this page, and I think in the future I'm going to do more pages, like 2-page spreads for readathons like this, like printing out things and adding stickers. And then that brings us to December, which I'm very happy with how this little guy turned out. I really want to make him into stickers. Again, I need to print out a photo for December. I kept it fairly simple, and yeah, I kind of tried this rolling weekly situation, which I don't think I'm going to continue into the new year, but I think I'm going to adapt it slightly. So yeah, with December, you're kind of caught up, and then I just have like a few pages I've been using for planning in the back of the book, and that's about it. So you should have already seen my January setup by the time this video goes up, so you can see how I have adapted the sort of rolling weekly style into my weekly spread for that. But yeah, this was my entire bullet journal. Let me know which themes you liked the best. I think I have grown a lot as a bullet journaler this year, and every year I like looking back at my videos and seeing how much I've improved, and starting the new bullet journal for the year really kind of shows me the progress I've made. I hope you guys will stick around to see 2021's setups. I am really excited for the new year. I think everybody needs a fresh start right now. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!